Hi, I'm Monique and this presentation is on embodying belonging, gesture, dress, and diasporic family communication in educational spaces. So, let me tell you what sparked this project. Many of us have had memories of being misunderstood. For me, it was a day that I was told to remove a scarf that was part of how I protected myself, my body, my hair, my identity. In high school, I was told to remove the scarf that I had on underneath my hat when coming to school. It was raining outside, and I knew that the rain would affect my hair as an African American woman who had chemically straightened hair at the time. This was a cultural thing that was something I engaged in, and I was told to remove the scarf, and that there was a policy against scarves because of gang activity. I found this really offensive in school, but it was just something I had to endure. And that moment helped me to begin questioning how schools read or misread what our bodies are trying to say. What I found across disciplines, from anthropology to Black feminist theory, is that our bodies carry knowledge through gaze, tone, dress, posture. These expressions are cultural, and when schools fail to read them, they often punish them. So, embodied literacy offers a better way forward. So, I don't believe that schools should lower standards. I'm asking them to broaden their lens and not to create overall or overarching policies that include cultural norms for certain groups, because that behavior somehow threatens or misunderstand or is misunderstood by the dominant leadership. So to see parenting as pedagogy, as dress as dialogue, and presence as knowledge. So my project was about education as well as embodiment and dignity and power of being seen. So, to encourage teachers and educators and administration to understand certain behaviors, gestures, and embodying practices rather than punishing them. I want to invite us to think differently about how schools handle behavior, especially for students from racialized or immigrant communities. We often see discipline policies that focus on control, on silencing, redirecting, or punishing certain behaviors. But what if we started with decoding instead? What if we ask, what might this gesture, this tone, this silence actually mean? For example, when a student avoids eye contact, that might not be defiance. It might be deference. When a child overlaps in conversation, it might not be rudeness, it might be a sign of cultural engagement. These aren't just behaviors, they're expressions of culture, of identity, and emotional truth. When schools misread these cues, they miss the meaning behind them, and they often discipline the very parts of students that are most vital to who they are. So I'm asking, what would it take to build a school culture that treats behavior not as a problem, but as a message worth understanding? Thank you so much for listening to my presentation.